Hey everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 121. And as always, thank you so much for joining me today and listening in. If you are new, welcome, and check out some of the other episodes on the page. All episodes are available on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music, so make sure you are subscribed so you can get notified for a new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at the SkyLounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA13IG5EUNG. Let's get started. Okay, boys and girls, another half-assed episode, but based on current events. So, hey, I'm not completely out of the loop on life. So, the animosity of the Ascetic Acolytes, Brady, Belichick, and greatness. Ascetic just pretty much means characterized by or suggesting the practice of severe self-discipline and abstention from all forms of indulgence. So pretty much just being strict as fuck. I had to actually look up the antonym of hedonistic, which showed ascetic. There's always a reason why the titles are so strange. Patience. Yeah, the patience will pay off in a couple of minutes here. But boys and girls, I want to talk about Super Bowl 53. And, despite the overall lackluster quality of the game, and I mean all aspects, from the actual game to the halftime show to the commercial, I mean, it was a fucking disaster in relative terms. But I want to say this. Congratulations to the New England Patriots on winning their 6th Super Bowl ring. My goodness. And it's all been in the span of 20 years. Can you believe that shit? Since 2002 to 2019, they have won 6 rings. And yes, as a Seahawks fan, I'm so fucking glad that the Patriots beat the Rams. And I'm not going to lie to you. I do not sympathize with the Rams. I show no empathy towards them. And I emphasize that on all of the social media platforms at the SkyLounge, boys and girls. Make sure you fucking follow. Fucking shameless plugging! But, fuck Stan Kroenke. And Let's go ahead and talk about the main reason for this Patriots dynasty. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. These guys are flat out Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine, a la Star Wars. And yes, I believe the analogy is dead on. The robotic servant to the calculating genius that overtakes the galaxy, right? Through means of, destroying the enemy, understanding their weakness, and exploiting it. This is what Vader and Palpatine actually does in the Star Wars universe. It's actually canon. Go ahead and read. Oh boy, it was a Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine novel that came out a couple years ago, and it actually details their kind of sordid relationship with each other. But at the same time, it's kind of the same thing as Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. They don't have a great personal relationship, but my goodness, no quarterback and head coach has won as much as these two have, right? And I feel like the Star Wars analogy is kind of fucking perfect for these guys, because the 6th ring, and absolutely the 6th ring really did help with that. 3 prequel rings, early 2000s, and 3 vintage rings, late 2010s. It's too perfect. It's too fucking perfect. And here's the thing. Because they've won 6 and 17 years. Really wrap your head around that. 6 and 17 years. The term, GOAT, greatest of all time, is thrown around all the fucking time. And yeah, here's the thing sometimes. Recency bias blinded morons and dumb kids tend to just label anything the GOAT. Oh man, this young rookie is a GOAT. Oh man, this guy is the best. But he hasn't proven anything yet. Really. Like, all these cats who are boasting, who are saying they're the shit, they haven't really done anything. And their fans are morons. Because, again, they haven't done anything. But when we talk about Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, the real greatest of all times do not have to boast. They just do their jobs. That's some of the best fucking qualities about these two guys right here. The reason why they're so fucking great. They don't give a fuck about what everyone else is doing. They just do their job. Which leads me to ask these questions for all you boys and girls. Why do people hate greatness? Why don't we aspire to be great? Why do we settle into comfortability or mediocrity? And you know what? After the Super Bowl, I've had a lot of reactions from different people. I mean, myself included. I was so glad that the Rams lost, and I was in awe of what I was watching from the New England Patriots, and obviously Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And you know what? When we ask these questions, right? Why do people hate greatness? Why don't we aspire to be great? And why do we settle? I think it's mostly fear and envy. People are scared of greatness. People are also jealous of greatness. They will find whatever reason to hate on it. And the downright reality is the fucking people that I'm talking about here don't even recognize logic, common sense, or just straight facts, right? They just don't. They want their agenda to be all about hating these guys because they feel insecure about their own shit. They feel this whole sense of entitlement that, oh, my guys haven't done it, so I'm just going to hate on them because they achieved something no other head coach and quarterback has ever done. And here's the thing, boys and girls. We live in such a pussy society, and we all want to be coddled so fucking much that we lose sight of the fact that greatness usually is forged by fire and challenges. Through the fucking trials of fire, greatness has always been forged in a lot of aspects of life. Sports, business, education, any of these things. Any aspect of life, you can go track back to some of the great names that comes out in any discipline of life. And you will see that a lot of these folks didn't get coddled. They weren't destined to be the best. They were supposed to be just brush off news. And here's the thing. If we go back to the Tom Brady and Bill Belichick examples, these two dudes were seemingly never destined for greatness. Well, maybe Belichick because of the whole Bill working under Bill Parcells and all that. But let's take a quick look at Tom Brady. Overlooked in the combine, last draft pick, backup quarterback to start, but ultimately this is how his legacy was forged. He also had a fucking injury for that one season, and later on getting fucked by the NFL for the Deflategate situation, which is a whole load of bullshit in and of itself. Just a bunch of fucking sore losers who don't know how to take a loss properly. And Bill Belichick, coordinator for years, then a head coach who was fired, assistant for years, screwed over by the New York Jets because the organization is a dumpster fire, then a bumpy start to his tenure with the New England Patriots. And again, boys and girls, I want to emphasize this. Yes, I am a Seahawks fan, but I'm not fucking stupid enough to ignore historic moments that keep happening at the behest of a lot of other teams in the NFL. And here's the thing. Bill Belichick and Tom Brady is doing something so unbelievable. And they have just continuously cemented how great they are. They will continue to do so. And that's the scary part. This is the fucking scariest shit. They will keep this shit going. As a fan of another team that is not the New England Patriots, it is terrifying. But seriously, if at this point you keep denying greatness, I got nothing for you. I could shake you up all fucking day, but if you're just gonna be that cunt, I got nothing to say to you. These two have forged a dynasty through individual and collective struggles and challenges. And this is greatness. Just doing your job. I always say on all the platforms on the Sky Lounge, I'm not perfect. These episodes are meant to say I'm better than you or any of that shit. This isn't to flex my fucking ego. This whole fucking podcast, these YouTube things, all of these, it's kind of a scientific method. Feel, right? Observation, hypothesis, experiment, data, theory. I mean, I'm not sure if that's in the right fucking order. Some science whiz has to get that shit on. But Boys and girls, I draw inspiration from guys and gals like these. These people inspire me in what I want to do. Yes, it's two different things, right? Entertainment is what I want to dominate in. And these guys are dominating sports. And this is the kind of inspiration that I draw from them. Against all the odds, they get shit done. Against all the odds, they prove people wrong. Against all the odds, they are greatness because they do their fucking jobs. And despite all the haters, despite all the bullshit, they are winners because they just say, what's next? Even after winning, they ask the question, what's next? And that kind of hunger, boys and girls, is something you learn, but you also experience because of life. When life kicks you in the dick, you get back up, you go back at it again, you keep going and going and going, do your job, and then greatness. But you don't rest on your laurels. You keep going. You keep doing your job. And ultimately, boys and girls, greatness has its price and its haters, but the greats will just do their jobs. And boys and girls, next week on the Sky Lounge, a new loaded episode will be released on Friday or Saturday if I become a lazy fuck. But, folks, thank you so much for joining me this week. Make sure you are subscribed on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Music for our new episode every Tuesday. Make sure to follow me on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at the Sky Lounge. Stalk me on Snapchat at DA135EUNG. I'm actually active on there, relatively speaking.